Hey guys, Jalen here, and sorry for the Sith look again, but it's heckin' cold, and I don't normally do this, but I want to give a movie review for The Matrix 4, which I just saw tonight, and you should know that the OG Matrix is my favorite movie of all time, like hands down. So I feel obliged to do this, and I still want Valve to add Matrix cosmetics and stuff to the game, the TF2, but I won't hold my breath for that. So, massive spoilers. Now is your chance to turn off the video, go see the movie, and then come back to me when you're ready. Okay, there's your warning. Um, Overall opinion, I felt like I wanted more. Like they finally accomplished everything in terms of freeing Neo and Trinity from the Matrix again, and then it was just like, okay, there's no overarching plot. There's no big cause they have to get ready to do. There's no big thing they have to get ready to fight. It's like, well, that's it. All done. And I would have liked to come out of that movie. Honestly, I could have gone another hour in that movie if there was something else that they had to do. But there wasn't. But at the very least, I wish they had set it up so, a sequel would be like, wow, okay, now they're finally free. And in the next movie, they're going to go fight this thing or accomplish this. That would have been nice to encounter. But that was not the case. So let's talk about the cons versus the pros. I'll start with the cons. My clove went out. So, I think con number one, the audio was terrible at times, particularly in the beginning with Bugs. Some of her dialogue, I mean, with her accent and the loudness of the theater, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old, but it was very hard to understand a lot of what she was saying in the beginning of the movie, and I think that hurt it, and because it hurt, the viewer's interpretation of events and what's happening. It's something that I will definitely have to go back and watch again with subtitles to try to grasp more of what's actually happening. Con number two. Uh, what are the random synths? The random little tiny robot that the guy like high fives halfway through it. That's the operator there in the ship. That's kind of contrived. That was dumb. Next con, plot holes. So many plot holes. I can't even begin to, like, when at the end when they're fighting the two helicopters there, and Neo deflects the missile from one helicopter into the other and destroys it, and then they get the explosion and they pass out. What happened to that first helicopter? Is it gone? Same with the swarm that attacked the van that the people were in. They shot the people that were on the van, yeah. But what happened to the rest of the swarm? They just disappeared. I don't. I didn't comprehend some of that. Maybe they explained it away in the dialogue, and some of the dialogue I missed. But yeah, and what was the other one? The thing I didn't understand with Carrie Ann Moss, when they had to pull the thing out of her head, but then insert bugs into her consciousness somehow. I didn't understand the point of that. Again, probably more dialogue problems. Um, and when they were in the basement, when Neo was in the basement fighting Smith in like a scene that was a throwback to the original, And Neo blew him away with this force blast, like, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 feet. And he just didn't come after him again. Like Smith just gave up at that point. And at the end, where Smith came in and fought the analyst to let, Neo and the rest go, and Smith just kind of gave up there too and dropped the gun and was like, what are you doing? I get you have a bromance with Neo, but I don't understand your reasoning for just dropping the fight and disappearing. And I didn't like the Nairobi depiction. I thought that was kind of contrived. But yeah, overall, it felt like it could have been building up to some sort of, reason to do this, to set them free, to fight some big fight that's coming, or to, I don't know. It just didn't. I thought the ending was kind of cheeky too, with them punching Neil Patrick Harris, and didn't really do much. It's just like, okay, yeah, we're just slapping you around for revenge, and then we're gonna go paint the sky in rainbows. Great. What does that even? What am I? I don't know. Let's go to the pros though, because there were significant pros. The acting was fantastic, absolutely great. Keanu and Carey did an amazing job portraying the insanity and the mental anguish of coming out of this routine and this life that is in the forefront of their brains. They did a great job with that. And the Morpheus replacement did a great job. The new Agent Smith actor that was Keanu's partner at the video game company, he captured that Agent Smith vibe perfectly. I think the acting was phenomenal. Let me jump back to a con real quick. The new Morpheus felt like more of that robot sidekick in an action movie or in a sci-fi movie. He didn't feel like Morpheus at all, which maybe is by design because he was one of the bots. But it felt like the mantle, the calling of Morpheus was kind of spread out amongst the group, and because they were all really the ones calling Neo out of darkness into the light. And he didn't have as much of a potent position there. But yeah, another pro I really liked this, was that they didn't turn it into a martyr scene with, when they were getting attacked by the swarm and they were the two of them were trapped in the car there. I thought it was going to turn into like one of those, oh God, he died he died for the mission kind of thing. It was like, no, they saved them. They were like, we're going into this. We're going to make sure everybody gets out. And they saved them. They got them out of there. Boom. None of the main protagonists died, which is a revolutionary compared to other movies nowadays. So I thought that was a good call, a very differentiating call from everything else. And the visual effects were fantastic as always. So yeah, overall, I don't want to check Rotten Tomatoes because their system is garbage. They're controlled by other interests. But overall, I would give this one a solid, 6.5, 7 out of 10. Doesn't hold a candle to the original, but I'd say maybe better than maybe on par or better than Matrix 2. but the nostalgia factor was there, and that's, I think, what did it. And overall, even beyond that, I think this would have been even better if it were like 1999 still, because what really did this movie in was the internet and us collectively putting our brains together in the internet and figuring this out. I walked into this movie pretty much having a solid interpretation of what the basic plot would be. You know, in terms of Neo he's been sedated, he's been reintroduced into the Matrix along with Carrie, and he's got to free his own mind again, and then he's going to resist it, and then he's going to get out, and then they're going to have to free Trinity and that kind of thing. It was like we already understood the meta narrative because we've gotten so meta as an online community. Like we can grasp these things much easier than, you know, little 15-year-old me could back in 1999. So I think it would have been a better movie in that era, more surprising, more of a twist. Maybe even early 2000s, mid 2000s, it would have still been like a whoa, this blows my mind twist. For us, it wasn't really a blow my mind twist. It was like a, yeah, I figured. But overall, good. You should definitely see it. Definitely see the original if you haven't already. I will hunt you down. So that's my official review. And I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't talk to you. Cheers.